I never thought I'd lose my best friend because of my wedding, but I also never thought she'd cross this line. Before you judge me, you need to hear the whole story. This wasn't a whim or petty drama. It put my relationship, my wedding, and my trust in someone I loved for years at risk. I've known her for over 10 years. We grew up together. Breakups, moves, family crises, everything. When I got engaged, asking her to be my maid of honor felt automatic. She was emotional. She said it was her dream, that she'd be there for everything. And at first, she really was. Over time, something started to feel off. She made jokes about my fiancé. Just kidding, she said. She mocked the wedding budget. She said I was changing, that I wasn't fun anymore. I ignored it. That was my first mistake. Then she started missing important meetings, ignoring messages, only showing up when other people were around, until the night I couldn't ignore anymore. My fiancé and I aren't big party people. We're quiet, introverted, so we planned something simple. A joint bachelor party in a small town, a house, close friends, wine, long conversations. That night, she drank more than usual. At some point, I felt overwhelmed. Too much noise, too much emotion. I grabbed a drink and stepped outside. The cold air helped. I leaned against the wall and looked back inside. Through the window, I saw them. She was standing too close to my fiancé. Way too close. This wasn't a normal conversation. Soft laughter. Whispers. Her hand on his arm. I froze. He looked uncomfortable. I could hear him telling her to stop. Saying no. She kept going. That's when I realized how tightly I was holding my glass. I could feel it pressing into my palm. I walked inside, shaking, ready to set a boundary. And when she saw me, she leaned toward him as if he were about to kiss her. And said, "See? I told you you shouldn't marry someone like this." My fiancé froze. He didn't understand what was happening. I did. Something inside me broke. I didn't react out of jealousy. I reacted out of betrayal. The next day I was devastated. Not just because of what happened, but because I was losing my best friend. I called her. I needed answers. I needed this to make sense. Then said I misunderstood. And finally, she said something I'll never forget. If your relationship were really strong, this wouldn't bother you. No apology, no guilt. She laughed. That's when I knew there was nothing left to save. That same night, I made the hardest decision of my life. I told her she was no longer my maid of honor. She would have no role in the wedding, and that we needed to end our relationship. I stayed calm. I stayed clear. Her response was immediate and destructive. She told everyone I was jealous, insecure, that I removed her over a misunderstanding. She even said my fiancé was unfaithful, that he had harassed her. Some people believed me. Others asked how I could marry someone like that. My family asked me not to ruin the atmosphere. They reminded me she had been my best friend, but I kept asking myself one question. Do I really want someone like this standing beside me? I didn't just lose a maid of honor, I lost a friendship. But the story didn't end there because, even after everything, I didn't cancel my wedding. The morning of the ceremony felt surreal. Soft music, makeup brushes, hands adjusting my dress. Everyone said I looked calm. I wasn't. The ceremony began. I walked down the aisle. I saw my fiancé waiting for me. For a moment, everything felt safe again, until I noticed the shift in the room. Whispers. People turning their heads. I followed their gaze, and there she was, standing at the back. Wearing white. Not off-white. Not cream. White. A dress that looked disturbingly close to a wedding dress. My body went cold. She stood there silently, watching me, watching us. No smile. No shame. Just certainty. My fiancé squeezed my hand. He didn't look at her. He looked at me. The officiant hesitated. I nodded for him to continue. She stayed through the ceremony, as if daring me to react. As if waiting for me to break. But I didn't. When the ceremony ended, she turned around and left. Quietly. After the wedding, she disappeared. Blocked me everywhere. Until one message came through. "You still don't get it," she wrote. "I wasn't trying to steal him. I was trying to stop you." She said there were things I didn't know. Things she'd known for a long time. That night at the party wasn't flirting, she claimed. She said she'd been confronting him. I asked my husband. He didn't get angry. He didn't get defensive. He looked confused. He said none of it was true. I believed him. But here's the part that still haunts me. She never tried to prove it. No screenshots, no evidence, no explanation. She vanished. And sometimes I wonder, was she lying to protect her ego? Or was she convinced she was saving me from something I never saw? I don't know. What I do know is this. She was willing to destroy my wedding, my reputation, and a decade-long friendship, because she believed, with absolute certainty, that I shouldn't marry him. And that certainty? That's what scares me the most. So tell me, was there something she knew that I never will?